Well, like we mentioned in our Connect the Dots, the big banks have been gambling our pension money in a way in a casino that, at least if you're one of those special bankers, you simply can't lose in. Well, here in Miami, residents are being urged to go all in with a mega casino in this beautiful place as a way to help rejuvenate their jobs market. Please. The casinos are proposing pumping $6 billion into 3 new casinos, which would bring a reported 100,000 jobs to Florida, they say, and additional revenue to the state. But at what cost? And what about all those jobs solving the actual problems in Florida, from housing to nursing? With us now is Norman Braman, Florida businessman and former owner of the Philadelphia Eagles. He is out in direct opposition to the casino's proposal. What's wrong with the argument that the casino creates jobs?
Because it's just not accurate. It's not true. If you look at all the statistics concerning casinos throughout the United States, whether they're riverboat, whether they're permanent casinos, after 3 to 5 years, almost 2 jobs are lost for every one that's created. Those are accurate statistics.
How do we make a distinction between job creation through investment, entrepreneurship, building things, creating value, solving problems, and people who use jobs as a political trade bait to get something that they want?
But this is what they holler all over the country, no matter where they go. And don't forget, this is proliferated through, I think, close to 42 states now. But if you look at Atlantic City, you mentioned I was a former owner of the Philadelphia Eagles. They came into Atlantic City. Atlantic City had an unemployment rate that was 30% higher than the state of New Jersey. And a high unemployment, again, a very difficult time. And they said, we're going to put everybody back to work here. We're going to solve your problems. Atlantic City was number 15 in the country in per capita crime rate. You know what happened after 3 to 5 years? What happened after 3 to 5 years, the unemployment rate in New Jersey wasn't 30% higher than the state, it was 50% higher than the state. Instead of being 15th in the country in per capita crime rate, it jumped to number 1 in per capita crime rate. Over 1/3 of all the businesses outside of the casinos had closed in Atlantic City after 3 years. After 5 years, that figure jumped to 60%. And worst of all, 25% of the population of Atlantic City left Atlantic City. Crime rates soared, property values dropped, jobs outside of the casino industry dropped. And just this past week, the governor of New Jersey, I think his name is Christie, has asked now, because the casinos are doing so poor and they've laid off so many people, that now they need a sports book in Atlantic City to save themselves.
And so how do we make the distinction? How does the electorate make a distinction? How does the media make a distinction between legitimate job creation and investment through reforms in trade policy, reforms in tax code, reforms in investment policy, and the red herring of the promise of basically false jobs that may be more easily created in the short term but create little or no value, in fact, maybe, as you just pointed out, destroying value?
Making people who are unemployable employable and building their skills to match what's available out there. I mean, this community went through a very high unemployment rate, as you know. But we've made great progress here now. We've put a lot of people back to work. All the financial publications estimate that the state of Florida will rank in the top 5 in job creation over the next 5 years. So the politicians that are trying to ram this down our throats say that this is something that is an instant fix and a quick fix. There is no such thing as a quick fix. We all know that and what the costs are. But some of the telling statistics here, and I think they're important. It was an FBI index they calculated what crime rates were throughout the United States in communities that had casino gambling or riverboat gambling or any type of gambling versus communities that did not. And it's interesting. In communities that had casinos, after 5 years, robbery rates went up 136%, aggravated assaults 91%, auto theft 78%, burglary 50%, larceny 38%. rate
so
21%,
it sounds like,
etc.
So what sticks in my head is that when they built the casino in Monte Carlo, one of the most famous casinos in the world, the king of Monaco said, "You're not allowed to gamble here if you live here. We're going to take foreigners' money and we're going to use it to make the people who live here their taxes cheaper." You pointed out to me they did the same thing or a similar thing in Singapore. What do the people that run those casinos or those governments know about gambling that we don't seem to understand?
Well, but because this type of gambling that they're proposing here will make Miami into a Las Vegas. It will turn the state of Florida into a Nevada. We don't need that here. All you have to do is just look around.
You just got to show
what's
up.
Here now. I mean, our hotels are doing well. Our community is making a comeback. We have the most marvelous arts community. I chair the Basel Art Fair, which is here the first week in December. We have over 40,000 people that come to this community from all over the world to attend this fair here. We've become the hub of the international banking community for Central and South America. This is the home of the Cleveland Orchestra during the winter. We have a wonderful ballet here. We've built a quality of life. What this does, it's an assault on our quality of life of this community. What they want to do is to suck everything out of it. We don't need it. Let them keep what's in Las Vegas and not here in our community.
And we'll keep Miami, Miami.
Okay, thank you, Dylan.
It's a pleasure. Nice to see you.